This picture shows a clear cut that is seen on the floatplane towards Good Hope Cannery. When this was first witnessed, it was perceived as an atrocity to nature. To think that in 2013, people are still allowed to clear cut in a pristine temperate rainforest along the southern British Columbia coast. At that moment, I saw an interaction of nature. I saw humans destroying a whole ecosystem for only one type of tree because it was faster than selectively cutting out the tree they need. So they just cut it down and leave the other trees there. But after a presentation from professional foresters, the perspective of the picture changed. So after learning about the forest practices for today and the forest practices for, let's say, 100 years ago, this picture became more of a contrast of what logging was like 100 years ago and what it is like today. You see, 100 years ago, they would be doing these clear cuts like this. But all the cutting they do would be clear cut. So no 50-50 split of selective cutting and clear cutting. No, it'd just be all clear cutting. As well, these clear cuts would be happening outside of your back window. They would not be happening in remote areas like this. So I learned that today they still do about 50% of the logging done near the river's inlet area is still clear cutting, which is a problem. But they do many things to make it better, make it work for everyone. First thing what they do is they communicate with the Awikinou First Nations people to see where it's okay for them to cut and to see if it will affect the Wikinou people in any way. As well, only 50% of the cutting that is done up there is clear cutting. The other 50% is selective cutting, where they use tools such as helicopters instead of cutting down a whole area. I also learned that they make it so it looks good. So you can see how if you look down by the water, there's not that much clear cutting happen, whereas there's the clear cuts up here in the logging road down there. Now they do that so that only the people in the floatplane are able to see it. So if you're going by there on your boat, it would just look like a pristine forest here. So I realized that when we went up to Rivers Inlet, there was about 35 or maybe 40 of us who got to go up on seaplane that day, and actually for that week. So if you look at it, there's only 50 people in that week who got to see that. So that's when I start to realize that maybe it's okay, well, not okay, but it's better that they're clear cutting and making it so less people can see than it is that they're doing that. Because if less people can see, then that it actually doesn't affect the ecosystem as much, because there's still forested area by the water, which is a main source of food for a lot of the animals there, as well as it keeps the tourism coming in, because tourists do not see a barren wasteland. As well, I learned that they plant 3 trees for every 1 tree that they cut down. So after hearing professional foresters' presentation, this picture shows a clear cut that they would have done 100 years ago, but now they've made the clear cut more modern and more environmentally and socially responsible. Thank you.